Welcome to Germany's beautiful Eiffel Mountains. It's home to one of the world's most fearsome racetracks, the Nordschleife of the Nürburgring, otherwise known as the Green Hell. 20 kilometres of fast, challenging, dangerous racetrack. Built to complement the original track in 1984, the modern Grand Prix circuit is just a little over 5 kilometres long and features 16 corners. Let's learn more with FA1 driver Sebastian Balthasar.
Yes, welcome to the Nürburgring track. I like the track very much because here are some fast corners. We arrive with 270 up downhill the straight to turn 1, which we use the first gear. It's a double hairpin. We have really to look for the exit because it's following a long straight. So then it's going again downhill to turn 2. It's a fast corner in 4th gear with a min speed of 160 k's, and then directly follows turn 3, in which you use the 2nd gear. There follows also a long straight where you have to look for the exit. Then it's going downhill again to turn 4, the Dunlop corner, in which we use the 2nd gear. Then it's uphill again. Then it's corner 5, which is the fastest here on the circuit. It's with about 230 k's. And after this we arrive in turn 6. It's a left-hander corner in which we use the 3rd gear with 130 k's, and direct of these follows turn 6, a tiny bit faster with 140 k's and in 4th gear. Then follows the second longest straight. Depending on the wind, it's sometimes the faster one, 270 k's. Then it's uphill to the F1 chicane, which is also a very slow corner in 1st gear with 70 k's. And after turn 7, the chicane, follows the last corner, turn 8, with which we use the 3rd gear with about 100 k's, and then we are again on the straight.
The schedule, the cars, the racing, starting to become familiar now to our regular competitors. But there are some new faces in Germany.
Jimmy has been called in by the team to represent Sweden this weekend. And we're very happy because he's got a busy schedule. He's racing in GP3, and it's good for him to be able to come here and race with us. So it's going to be good fun, and we're looking for some good results on Sunday.
It's a nice track. Nürburgring is a classic circuit. I've done many laps on the Nordschleife. I've done now 10, 12 laps on this circuit, so it's all new to me.
Something else new to consider in the Nürburgring is rain. Wet practice sessions on Friday morning made things different for everyone, especially Michelin's tyre men.
So here you have the classic slick tires, okay, able for dry conditions, and this is the full wet tires we have here. So we use them when you have some spray on the road. If you have a look here to the track, for such conditions, the slick tire could work perfectly. Need more water and we can go to the rain tire. What can I say? The size are exactly the same. We just adjust the tire pressure, and the car setting have to be different. But basically we can swap to one to other one, full set, front and drive, and no issue.
Unfortunately, those wets aren't required for long. Afternoon practice is dry. Everybody gets plenty of track time at the Nürburgring to learn its tricks and twists. Joining David Hasselhoff in the acceleration tour for the first time in Germany, the legend that is Rick Astley. Time now to go racing at the Nürburgring. We start the action with the Legends Super Cup Race 1 getting underway. James Holman, the man on pole position. Fredrik Nymark, newcomer to the championship this weekend, starts on the outside of the front row. The number 51 machine swallowed at the start though. There is number 15, that's Luca Bettini, another newcomer. But it's the green-sided 53, Nicky Meredith, who took the lead from James Holman. Holman now trying to get back inside as they work their way through the first couple of corners of the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit. 3 wide behind. David Kajaya getting in on the action. Looking back from Gianmaria Gabbiani. Now he's new this weekend as well, also racing in the MW V6 pickups. So he's got a really busy weekend. He's going to get a lot of track time here at the Nürburgring. There's another newcomer, Joris Schouten. Schouten, one of a host of Dutch drivers. And the early lead for the number 53 car, Nicky Meredith. It's very difficult to get away in these machines because they're all identical. They're not exactly aerodynamic, as you can see. The upright look of a 1930s Ford. And that means that getting away is tough because you can easily slipstream. And this Nürburgring circuit, very long, very quick.
Well, for me, this is my first time here. I think it's your first time here as well. The track's amazing, very fast, and a legend. Most of the corners are third, fourth gear, so quite quick. Love the track. So hopefully we can push and get away, make a bit of air between us and everybody else, and then fight out for the race win.
And then they sweep round. Kajaya runs out wide. Nicky Meredith 53 coming back alongside. All these cars with 1250cc Yamaha motorcycle engines, 5-speed sequential gearbox, produce 136 horsepower at a screaming 10,000 RPM. And they really sound like they go. Weigh just over 500 kilos. And that's about a quarter of the weight of a modern Mini on the road. David Kajaya, the blue 47, and Nicky Meredith making this a 2-horse race at the moment. Looking forward. And this is James Holman's car. Holman, the pole position man. But just struggling a little. That's 4th place in front. That's Joris Schouten. See the red tail of his car. He's just on his own there at the top of the shot. And the lead 2 being joined now by the 51 car of Fredrik Nymark. Nymark the Dane, a Danish Legends racer. David Kajaya from the former Soviet Republic of Georgia. And once more slips back into the lead. Well, Nymark familiar with the machinery from his Legends racing exploits, but unfamiliar with this Nürburgring circuit. Now look at Nicky Meredith tucked right up behind David Kajaya, using the slipstream up to the final chicane. Looks to go the long way round. But just as soon as he pulls out of the slipstream, the car immediately starts to slow down. There's no extra advantage. Gianmaria Gabbiani rides the curbs out of the final corner, and now James Holman very close indeed to Joris Schouten. So the battle for 4th place on the straight. He's up behind Schouten. I think he just bumped him there with the little Nerf bars. Absolutely identical speed. He's going to have to pull out right to the last minute. So too does Nicky Meredith, the green car. And then I think, yes, Fredrik Nymark just squeezed in front of David Kajaya, but I think Kajaya got him back on the exit of the corner. Kajaya, the blue car, back in 2nd place. And now looking forward from James Holman, that's the lead trio. So he's got by number 7, Joris Schouten. There's Schouten right behind. Dutchman's 51 years old. 2 times Dutch Seika champion. Seika's a kit car manufacturer with closed Le Mans coupe style cars. Number 6 machine of Michael Verhagen. He races in the Dutch Supercar Challenge in a Honda S2000. Very different machine to this. Nicky Meredith, the race leader, 53, from David Kajaya. 3rd place, Fredrik Nymark. And there's James Holman closing up. Not yet. Holman unable to breach the gap to these 3 cars, despite all their battling. Well, there's Konstantin Kolashvili, another Georgian driver, right behind Gianmaria Gabbiani as they battle for 6th and 7th. And still the leaders are hard at it. You can hear James Holman working his way up the sequential gearbox. Not close enough to these guys yet, though. Gabiani keeps his nose in front of Koliashvili. Georgian driver getting a little loose on turn-in, rides the curbs. Car's not too keen on that. And still wheel to wheel, these two. Nicky Meredith, 53, and 47, David Kajaya. And again, you can see the 48 car, Koliashvili, is weaving around. You have to play with the power and the grip in these machines. It's old-fashioned style racing. Generally, with a car that gives away such a good tow as these, being in front isn't brilliant, but David Kajaya doing a great job of holding off his rivals. Fredrik Nymark sends it up the inside for second place. Inside, Nicky Meredith just tucks in behind the leader, and he controlled that well under braking. It's not easy, it drops down, feels a little off camber. Once more heading down to the first corner. Behind them is James Holman. And now, battle on for second place as Nicky Meredith tries to get back on terms with 51. And that is Fredrik Nymark, the Dane. And James Holman's lost a lot of ground somewhere. He's had an incident. He's about half a lap behind them now. Well, as they come down on the last lap into the final corner, Nicky Meredith shaping up for a death or glory move. Overcooks it horribly into the first turn. David Kajaya just let him go, and through slips Fredrik Nymark as well. And that, I'm afraid, might be the last chance for Nicky Meredith. Yeah, look how far back he has dropped. Lead is now rushing around the second part of the lap. Final challenge from Fredrik Nymark. Can't use the slipstream to his advantage. David Kajaya in 47, hanging on well. In front of the last lap, not the best place to be, but he's dealt with it. Into the final corner, and the checkered flag awaits him. It is going to be victory for David Kajaya. Second place for the Dane, Fredrik Nymark. Nicky Meredith, a second and a half back in third, and Joris Schouten picking up fourth as James Holman slipped down to seventh.
I'm ready for this one.
What we try to do is focus on the lap we're going to do, so it's just like imagining your perfect lap.
Ready for the start of the first FA1 race, Nigel Melker on pole position, the Netherlands car. Francis, new boy, Alessio Picariello, second right in front of us, Sergio Campana. Too much wheel spin for Campana in the Portugal car. We're on board with Picariello, the French car alongside Melker. Three wide as we see it from Richard Gonda, who's made a good start. Down into the right-handed first corner, Melker to our left, the red car. That's Mirko Bortolotti. We're on board with the Italian, just avoids the stack of tyres. And somehow he's come out in second behind the French car. This is the battle then for third. Nigel Melker on the right, the pole man. We're with Richard Gonda, started in fifth place in the Slovakia team car. And he's in fourth spot as Melker held the inside line. On board then in second place with Mirko Bortolotti, winner of the first two races in Portimao in Portugal. Championship leader by just 2 points coming in here. Down to the bottom hairpin they go. Alessio Picariello in the Team France car leads. Couple of car lengths ahead of the red machine, Mirko Bortolotti. Nigel Melker third with the yellow helmet. But it's Bortolotti, the man who's challenging. Climbing up to the chicane, Picariello in the lead for Team France. On board with Bortolotti, see the French car slide wide over the curbs, loses ground. Maybe not quite enough grip in his cold tyres for what he was hoping. And Bortolotti looking for the lead of the race. Sends it to the outside now. Can he go around the French car? Yes, he can. There's contact. Bortolotti spins. Well, he really laid it on the line there.
I overtook him on the outside in the chicane, but I was quite surprised because suddenly a car crashed into me. So basically he just crashed into me. And that's not the finest way to be racing, to be honest.
Mirko Bortolotti right at the back though in 10th place is Nigel Melker with a yellow helmet, the white and black car, red highlights. He and Alessio Picariello both run by the Azerty team. Team France leads though from Team Netherlands, Slovakia third, and in the pits, Sergio Campana. What a wretched time he's having with car failures. Looks like he's out. A great lunge down the inside from Richard Gonda. He takes second place away from Nigel Melker. Team Slovakia from fifth on the grid, second now to Team France. There's Nigel Melker for Team Netherlands. And another great performance from Richard Gonda, just 20 years old, the Slovakian driver. Sebastian Balthazar, our guide to the circuit, looks like he's pulled off. And Gonda looking to the inside of the Team France entry, lock up there. Oh, and a huge hole in the tyre. That's a massive flat spot. Going to cause a lot of vibrations for Picariello. Mirko Bortolotti now, challenging for 9th place. That's the Team China entry of Olivier Campos. He's got a good run going. He's going to have to work hard for this. No push to pass, no overboost on these cars. It's all about driver expertise, and it looked as though he'd made that move stick. Another big lock-up. And running wide, Richard Gonda.
I don't have really expectation because I never did a race with pit stop. So my goal is to learn as much as I can. And if it's possible, finish at least on podium.
Well, up the hill now comes France, and the battle is for second. Nigel Melker having a lunge from the inside. Can't get through, no. Overshoots the chicane, and he'll have to give that place back. Well, let's hear now from Sebastian Balthazar.
I was nearly on 4th position of third, but then I had problems in shifting up and in general, and then I get off here. We will have a look for it.
Well, the 17-year-old is out of the race. Meanwhile, Mirko Bortolotti battling hard now. 38 car, that's Michael Dorbecker. This is now for 8th position. Still the race being led by Alessio Picariello. And they are not yet ready for the tyre changes. There's the Team Sweden entry. He's in the spot with the blue and yellow in the middle. And that is being driven by Swede Jimmy Eriksson. Mirko Bortolotti has got by him. Armando Parent here in the Team China entry. Looks like he's struggling a little for grip. Oh, massive spin. That's Toledano, the Mexican. Quick pit stop as Team Spain exits. Early stop for them. And there is Jimmy Eriksson, 23-year-old from Sweden. Now the question is, when is our leader going to stop? Well, not yet is the answer. Team France still with the lead. Right behind Slovakia. Richard Gonda may wait until the leader goes in before following. Well, this really puts pressure on the drivers, but on the teams as well, because they know that a bad pit stop can really ruin a race. A good one really just gives you your position back. Here's the Azerty team, and here is our race leader. Oh, they've waved him through. What's been going on? So Team France came into its pit, and the reason is that the tyres were ready for Dennis Lind in the Team Venezuela car, also run by Azerty, and you can't put somebody else's tyres on a different car. Well, that is a real handicap, massive loss of time. Lind is out of the pits for Venezuela, but a massive loss of time for the race leader, Alessio Picariello. Now he's got to try and put that behind him. Now get back into the pits. The teams are working on the pressures, make sure everything is correct. And that's the Venezuela car smoking after the pit stop. In comes Richard Gonda. So this is Slovakia. Clips somebody else's pit marker. Oh, he's overshot! It was his team's marker. Oh, and Venezuela is off. Nigel Melker is in. Gonda, major error. Overshot the Team Ginzani pit lane.
I did a very bad pit stop. I missed our guys, and it's not so good, but that's something I need to learn a little bit more from these races. It's completely new for me, but I feel quite happy. The race pace was very good, start was also very good. I gained some positions in the first lap, and after that managed to overtake Nigel, so it was the key moment, I think.
In now, again comes Team France to Azerty, changing those two fronts. No surprise given the flat spots. Oh, and Jimmy Eriksson's overshot as well. Another driver error in the pit lane. Right, deep breaths everyone. Here comes Mirko Bortolotti. Rear tyres going on the Italian's car. He didn't have his foot on the brake properly. That was a slower stop than he needed as well. But somehow they've got him back out in second place. Richard Gonda of Slovakia third, but it's Nigel Melker who now has the lead and claims victory. Race 1 at the Nürburgring. Well, pit stop chaos and confusion really decided that race. Gonda third, Bortolotti recovering from 10th to second, and Nigel Melker the victor. Drama even before the start of the Legends Super Cup race. David Kajaya coming here second in the championship. Race 1 winner out with a mechanical problem as they head round on the formation lap. Rolling start as ever down into the first corner. Battle between the front runners in Heat 1, and into the lead goes James Holman. Now, he was challenging to try and catch the lead trio in race 1, didn't manage to make it up there. Alongside him, Nicky Meredith with the green, Fredrik Nymark with the orangey red colours. On board with Nicky Meredith, chasing the race leader. Right up behind, little contact there. That's why these fiberglass body cars have got Nerf bars out the front and the rear. He's absolutely pushing him up the hill there. James Holman, the race leader. Nicky Meredith right behind. Fred Nymark in third position. And Michael Verhagen's green car being driven by Leon Zappi. He's sharing the car throughout the weekend. Once more, Nicky Meredith piling on the pressure, and little wobble from James Holman. Drifts out wide, breaks him little too late there into the S's. And through goes Meredith. Once more, slipstreaming up the hill. As in race 1, 3 cars breaking away. Nicky Meredith, James Holman, and 51, Fredrik Nymark. Working hard on the steering wheel. Understeery, oversteer, understeery, oversteery. Meredith into the first corner. Pitches it in. Right behind is James Holman. And there is Fredrik Nymark. Leon Zappi hanging on to 10th place at the moment, as our race leader Nicky Meredith goes down to the hairpin. Well, Meredith, several podium finishes so far this year, not on the top step yet. James Holman right behind, and third Fredrik Nymark. Daniel Campos Hull, incidentally, the championship leader after the first 2 rounds in Portimao in Portugal, Navarra in Spain, not here this weekend. And that left the door open for that man, David Kajaya, but his car failed, and so he's not going to score here. This is Luca Bettini. Whoa, gets a little bit sideways as he carries a little too much speed into the first corner, and backing it off. The number 6 car, Leon Zappi, gets the engine fired up again, and off he goes once more. On board with the race leader, Nicky Meredith. Hand gear change, shifting up through the sequential gearbox, motorcycle gearbox.
Nicky and James got away from me in the start, and then I just thought, oh, I'm never gonna catch them again. But I did. I went by James and was heading after Nicky.
Looks like he's got a reasonable lead now. Look, 2 or 3 car lengths back, 51 Fredrik Nymark. Nymark's got in front of James Holman. Gianmaria Gabbiani keeping his nose clean. Well, lead trio spreading out a little bit. Nicky Meredith ahead of Fredrik Nymark. Almost a second the margin now. And James Holman in third. Lots of clouds overhead. Not going to give any rain, I don't think. Here comes Luca Bettini. Really starting to find the speed in the car now. Just about to start the last lap. Nicky Meredith, and alongside him Fredrik Nymark. Going down the inside. He's going to have to be brave under braking, but Nymark, I'm not sure he's going to lunge down. Let's see where Nicky turns in. Oh, just makes it to the apex. Back stepped out a little, held that well. So the lead trio now nose to tail. They've slipstreamed back up to our race leader. And still under pressure, Nymark with around the outside, James Holman. Holman up to second. Going to try and challenge now for the lead. On board with Nicky Meredith. Just gets to the apex in the final corner. That should be enough. Battle for fourth. Joris Schouten chasing Gianmaria Gabbiani. climbs the curbs. Oh, he's got to run into the final corner. That might make the difference. He's got the inside line. And meanwhile, victorious Nicky Meredith claims his first win in the Legends Super Cup. Big thumbs up there to his rivals. Well, it was a good race. Nicky Meredith coming out on top. James Holman in second. Fredrik Nymark third, as Joris Schouten took fourth at the line. Getting things underway with the first of our MWV6 pickup races. Poleman is Bas Schouten with the red and white bonnet. And then a great start from Danny van Dongen. He grabs the lead. Oh, and trouble further back. That's Andreas Gulden. Loops into a spin. Everybody avoids him. Tiny brush with the wall. He's got away with that. Looking back from Danny van Dongen, race leader. Second place with the orange bonnet. That was Ewan Murray. On board the 92 car, this is Fredrik Jonkere, one of a group of Dutch and Belgian drivers from the Supercar Challenge who have joined in this weekend. Well, Danny van Dongen, also racing the Supercar Challenge, he is running away with this one. Jackie van der Ende in second place, ex-single-seater race. And the battle further back, Priscilla Speelman with the red bonnet there. The black car's number 7, that's Len Reinbeck. And Speelman, first woman to be racing in this championship. There's Danny van Dongen. Well, he is pulling away fast, isn't he, already? Bas Schouten, the poleman, got shuffled down the order. Van Dongen leaving them trailing in his wake. White car Will Wright ahead of Priscilla Speelman, 88, and Vard Slice. More Supercar Challenge drivers, regular rivals. On board with Pim van Riet. Yet another Supercar Challenge driver. And he's towing up behind Jan-Paul van Dongen. Down into the first corner, goes a long way around the outside. Will he hold on? No, not quite. Little bit of contact there. Rubbens racing, as they say. Jan-Paul van Dongen just keeping in front. But Van Riet, well, gesticulating. I don't know what he thought Van Dongen was going to do. Meanwhile, Ewan Murray just in front of number 8, Bas Schouten. Schouten, fastest man on his own in qualifying, didn't make the best of start, and the blue and yellow, new colours for the Swede Alex Danielsson, challenging for second, contact with Jackie van der Ende. Well, Danielsson coaches this man, fellow Swede Will Wright, 37-year-old, new to these cars, new to the Nürburgring. Plenty to learn, battle for second, so Jackie van der Ende, then Alex Danielsson. The Swede looks inside again, this time can he get through? Van der Ende takes to the dirt, loses traction, but just about holds on. Gianmaria Gabbiani, 94, also racing in the Legends. Door open on Alex Danielsson's car. That'll be a distraction that he doesn't need. Ewan Murray right behind. Like Danielsson, he's got his national colours on. The orange, white and green of Ireland. And this three-way battle for second rages on with Van der Ende still in front. Recovering after his earlier spin, that's Andreas Gulden. Coming back up the order.
It's really amazing. Nice car. It's nice. Everyone is the same. Has the same speed. It's very nice. Really, it's a nice experience. It's really hard to turn the wheel. That's a big difference between the other cars.
Belgium's Fredrik Jonkere, the Porsche Racing Enduro specialist, picks up a spot there under braking, and that's the way to do it. Second place, Jackie van der Ende, now little on his own. And the reason why is right in front of us with Pim van Riet attacking Alex Danielsson. Danielsson has dropped out of that second place battle. So Pim van Riet up to third spot now, ahead of Alex Danielsson. Oh, Danielsson's woes aren't over. That's Fredrik Jonkere. He's gone by the Swede for fourth place as Denny van Dongen continues to lead this race. Danielsson trying to come back at Jonkere. Whoa, Pim van Riet with a big moment there at the hairpin. Through goes Fredrik Jonkere in the 92 car. And And that might give Alex Danielson a chance, although Van Riet doesn't want to let him go, does he? Little bit of contact there in the S's. And through goes Danielson. Game on for these three again. And Van Riet back up the inside. I think he's going to retake fourth place. He does from Danielson. So that leaves Frederik Jonckere, who started in 9th place, now in 3rd spot. And then Pim Van Riet and Alex Danielson. Hard slice still in the middle of this battle. Priscilla Spellman in front of him. As we ride on board once more with the 90 car of Pim Van Riet. Gianmaria Gabbiani all on his own there. Not on his own too is our race leader, but not Pim Van Riet in the middle of this 3rd place battle. Big mistake for him. Well, there is the race leader, Denny van Dongen, halfway round the final lap at the hairpin, looking all the way through for the exit. No dramas in the mirrors for him. Priscilla Spellman, red and yellow, leads the battle for 8th. Last lap then for all these encounters. Checkered flag out, Denny van Dongen, the race winner at the Nürburgring. Comfortable margin of victory for him. And here's the battle for 3rd behind Jackie van der Ende. It is going to be Frederik Jonckere just ahead of our cameraman Pim Van Riet as the checker flies for them. Alex Danielson behind in 5th place. But for the first time, Denny van Dongen is on the top step of the podium. Win number 1 for him. 3rd and final of our Legends races. Once more a rolling start. Looking back from Gianmaria Gabbiani on the 2nd row, number 7 there, Joris Schouten, 47. That's a change in colour. David Kajaya, after his car broke on the warm-up lap in race 2. Well, lead into the first corner being taken quickly by Nicky Meredith. Celebrated his first win in Legends in race 2 here. Gianmaria Gabbiani there as we ride on board with James Holman. Now Holman, like Meredith, on the podium before now, but not a race winner. Battle for 3rd place. 47 inside, David Kajaya. 7, Joris Schouten on the outside. As we look back from Gabbiani's camera, there's the green number 6. And that is the car shared by Zappi and Verhagen. There he is being chased by the number 6 car. That's the Zappi Verhagen machine. Lead trio together. Whoa, very wide. Joris Schouten flirting with the gravel trap. Goodness me, kept his foot planted though. Great battle with 51 on the outside. The dark orange car of Fredrik Nymark. Konstantin Koliashvili there, but slipping up the inside is his Georgian compatriot David Kajaya. Looking back, there's the 51 car of Nymark. And he's got a good run going. Lead being disputed by Meredith and Holman. Slipstreaming frenzy here. That 53 car, that was Nicky Meredith. Right in front, 47. David Kajaya has thrown himself to the top of the pile. Following him through, James Holman. And Nicky Meredith now knows what the stakes are. There's Koliashvili, the 48 car. On board with Coleman. Bump. This runs into the back of the green machine, giving Nicky Meredith a little tap as our race leader David Kajaya leads them up the hill through this super fast Schumacher S's. Really quick, leaning on the car hard. Nicky Meredith up the inside. He takes the lead, runs out wide. Still climbing and diving all the way around this Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit. Beautiful sunny weather. It's all over for the lead trio, isn't it? They've broken away yet again from Joris Schouten in 4th place. And Fredrik Nymark, who's been a part of the lead battle in both races, not able to stay with them. Koliashvili up behind Gabbiani, and Gabbiani into the pits. Now, that looks like a mechanical drama. Meanwhile, Kajaya on the right of your picture. Slipstreams right by Nicky Meredith, and look at the extra speed we've got as well in that 2-car slipstream with James Holman. Couldn't quite make the move on the inside. I think all 3 of them know one of them will win the race, and for David Kajaya as well, if he can score strongly in here, he might well leave the Nürburgring as the points leader. Daniel Campos Hull Won 4 of the first 6 races of the season. Remarkable success, but not here this weekend. On the dirt, and still Kajaya hangs on the outside. Meredith with the green highlights, Kajaya with the orange. And the bluey purple 36, that's James Holman.
The race is fantastic, great fun. It is a very nice, close racing. All the drivers are very fair, and I enjoy it a lot. So I race also with the pickup, and in both categories they are very sporty guy, and I enjoy the acceleration weekend a lot. So for the other drivers, come and race because it's very fun.
Not sure you want to be in front towards the end of the race. There can be a lot of jockeying for position. Down into the first corner again. On the brakes, Kajaya around the outside. Meredith and Holman on the inside. Whoa, and they all squeeze through together. Still wheel to wheel to wheel to wheel to wheel. Now the lead trio are broken into 2 pairs. On the left of your picture, Nicky Meredith and Davik Kajaya. And right behind, James Holman, just about to hold on, is he? Yes, at the moment. But they've been joined by Fredrik Nymark. Got to the lead group as they squabbled and held each other up. Meredith, our winner already this weekend. 53 machine, the Irish driver keeping his nose in front. He's really adapted well to these cars. He was on or about the pace in the first weekend in Portimao, right on podium winning position ever since. And now with the first win under his belt, he knows he can do it. Jaroskelsen Little on his own in 5th position. Sure, he'd have loved to have been in that lead quartet, dicing it out. Well, with a little more experience in these cars, I'm sure he could be right up with the front runners. Last lap sort out coming up surely. Nicky Meredith from Davik Kajaya. James Holman and Fredrik Nymark also fan out into the braking area for the chicane. Meredith just keeps his nose in front. Kajaya not able to use the slipstream enough there. I think Holman may be in 3rd as they head to the final couple of corners. Checkered flag awaits. Who's it going to be? It's Nicky Meredith, but it's a drag race for the line. Here comes Davik Kajaya. It's going to be incredibly close. Hard to tell. Oh, I don't know. Meredith thinks he's got it. He may be right. The timing screens say he is 62 thousandths of a second in front to claim his 2nd win. What a finish. Second of our MW V6 pickup races with Denny van Dongen, the winner of race 1, looking to repeat. Great start from Van Dongen down into the first corner. The blue bonnet of the Dutch driver. He takes the lead. Right behind him, Jackie van der Ende, who was 2nd in race 1. We're on board with Frederik Jonkera. Alongside him, number 6 car, Andreas Gulden. Gulden got spun off before they even got to the braking area for turn 1 in race 1. But he's in 6th place at the moment. Jackie van der Ende in 2nd, right behind Denny van Dongen. 3rd place, the all-white pickup of Pim van Riet. Van Riet had a really strong race 1. Ended up in 4th place. Now he's up in 3rd. Denny van Dongen there, unable to shake off Jackie van der Ende just yet. Van der Ende in 87, sticking to his task and to the tail of the Dutchman. Then Pim van Riet with Alex Danielsen, the blue and yellow car behind him. 2 wins for Danielsen in Portimao, nothing at all in Navarra, and he looks up the inside. Through goes the yellow and blue number 23, parks it on the apex, and Pim van Riet in 90 can't get by. With Denny van Dongen, the race leader. Look in the mirror, you'll see right behind him Jackie van der Ende. He sees him too. There's Ewan Murray, surprisingly off the pace. As Van Riet in 4th chases Danielsen in front, closing up in the slipstream of the 3 cars in front of him, Pim van Riet, and that latches him right onto the tail of Swede. There's Ewan Murray. Well, he's had to park it, and that's a disaster for the Irish driver. With our race leader, there is Denny van Dongen. Oh, huge moment. Drops it into the gravel, goes from hero to 0. Now, can he escape the kitty litter? He does, but goodness me, the leaders have gone by. 92, Frederick Jonker going by him now. Now, what brought that on? Was that driver error? I'm afraid it looks as though it might have been. 88, Priscilla Spellman. A little lonely after a great first race. And there is your race leader, Jackie van der Ende, Alex Danielsen closing in from behind. Really challenging hard now to try and take the lead of the race. And maybe the championship lead as well. Well, there's Bas Schouten. He's parked it in the pits, so he's out as well. Three-way lead battle. What is about Nürburgring? All our lead battles have been three-way battles. 87, red and yellow, Jackie van der Ende. Blue and yellow, Alex Danielsen. 23, number 90, all white, Pim van Riet. Frederick Jonker here in 5th position, right in front, Andreas Gulden. He's the 4th place man. Through the tight and twisty first couple of corners. Just trimming a tiny bit off the Grand Prix loop. Leaders coming towards us. Van Ende, Danielsen, Van Riet. There's Andreas Gulden. Is he going to be able to close on them? He might if they start fighting even more intensely. Jackie van der Ende breaking hard into the chicane to keep Alex Danielsen at bay. There's Denny van Dongen, and walking back in, Ewan Murray. Denny van Dongen up to 5th place now, so this is the battle for 6th. With Frederick Jonker, he's just been passed by Jan Paul van Dongen. Last lap and some precious breathing space for 87, Jackie van der Ende. The battle right behind has got Alex Danielsen and Pim van Riet, the blue and yellow and the white car respectively, really occupied with each other. And Danielsen not able to shake off Van Riet, who's trying for second. I think that gives Jackie van der Ende a chance. There is Van Dongen and Jonker. Battle for 6th. Leaders towards the final stages of the lap. And the door open on 87. That's what happened to Danielsen in race 1. It's happened now to Jackie van der Ende. Into the chicane for the final time. Danielsen has closed, but is he close enough to make a drag race of this to the checkered flag? Well, there's our other Swede just in front. 24, that's Will Wright. Right ahead of Priscilla Spellman. So 2 first-time racers in the championship. And as they're dicing for 9th and 10th place, leaders heading to the checkered flag. Jackie van der Ende is going to take victory. Alex Danielsen 2nd, Pim van Riet 3rd, and they are covered by 0.8 of a second. Well, Jackie van der Ende claims his first pickups win, but down in 11th, Ewan Murray retired. He is still our championship leader. Heading to the grid for the second FA1 race of the weekend, but without our pole man, Nigel Melker in the pit road. There he is. The Team Holland entry is not going to start the race. That'll leave Sergio Campana for Team Portugal alone on the front row. Looks like it's all over for our race 1 winner. Cars on the grid. On the left, Sergio Campana. On the right, second row, Richard Gonda's orange nose. Great opportunity for the driver from Slovakia to take the lead. Great start from Mirko Bortolotti. Balthazar on the left for Team Germany. Bortolotti's in 3rd from 4th on the grid. Inside Campana. Avoids contact wheel to wheel as Gonda leads. With Team France, the Swedes in front. They started behind us. That's Jimmy Eriksson. On board with our race leader, Richard Gonda. Running down to the hairpin for the first time. Well, now Gonda's got to focus and get his head down and try and charge away in the Slovakian entry. France and Sweden wheel to wheel. Alessio Piccirilliello could have won race 1 in his first encounter with these FA1 cars, barring pit stop disasters. Well, still Portugal in 2nd place, Sergio Campana. 3rd place, Italy's Mirko Bortolotti. Oh, big moment there for Piccirilliello. 7th place at the moment, carrying in a lot of speed, being very aggressive. And Richard Gonda pulling away from Sergio Campana. Slovakia ahead of Portugal, Italy in 3rd place. And there is the 2nd place Portuguese car, Italy right behind, Germany in 4th, then Venezuela, Mexico and then France. So on board again with Piccirilliello coming down the straight. Gonda leads for Slovakia, Portugal, Italy, Germany, that's your 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, diving down the inside of Toledano for Team Mexico. Great move by Piccirilliello, the Frenchman. There's the France car. And I think Sweden's Jimmy Eriksson picked off the Mexican entry as well, with Mirko Bortolotti. This is the battle for 2nd place then. Team Portugal's Sergio Campana in front, and just starting to ease away now is Richard Gonda. Team France up to 6th position. Little lock up in front and a lock up here from Picariello. He's got to take care of those tyres. Really burn big holes in his fronts in race 1. And the battle for second, Portugal versus Italy. The green tail on Portugal. Red, white and green, of course, the Italian colours, the tricolour. And on board with Mirko Bortolotti. Double race winner in Portimao. Richard Gonda, though, keeping himself clear of the field. Young Slovakian, he's head down and charging, really needs a big result in the pit stops as well from Team Ghinzani. Now, he overshot the team first time through. There's Sweden's Jimmy Eriksson and the race leader. Portugal on pit road, Sergio Campana in from 2nd to Team Ghinzani, first to stop. That puts Balthazar up to 3rd for Germany at the moment. Oh, and Bortolotti attacking the curbs hard in the Team Italy car. Is he coming in now? Yes, he is. Vital to get a really fast in-lap. Out is Campana. And he's on fresher tyres. Out-lap Vital too. Pit stop work must go according to clockwork. Bortolotti with Ghinzani as in comes the Team France car. Bortolotti released by Ghinzani. Azerti go to work on Team France. And that looked as if it went all right. Team Spain on pit road as well. Richard Gonda still leading, but now that Ghinzani have serviced the Italian car of Mirko Bortolotti, he can come in. Off goes the Spanish car. Was there a problem with that? And here is Team Germany, fresh out the pit, smoking it into the first corner. That's a big error. Well, there is Gonda on pit road, look, just leaving. As Azerti waits for this car, Venezuela. So Venezuela well up the order. Richard Gonda locking up in the Slovakian entry. Why is that? Right behind him is Mirko Bortolotti. And Gonda trying to heat his tyres up. Tyres are not hot enough, not at full racing temperature as they come out of the pits. And Bortolotti wants to take advantage. He reckons that these two might be challenging for the lead once the pit stops are completed. I think he might be right. If the Italian's in front, it'll be better than being behind. Piling the pressure on his teammate. Well, here is the Venezuelan car. Strong run so far from Dennis Lind, the Dane, at Azerti. Neat pit stop, no dramas. As he came in from 2nd, that is now the battle for 2nd as Olivier Campos retires the Spanish car. Gonda 2nd, Bortolotti in 3rd at the moment. Leader is the number 29 car of Armando Parent for China. In from 2nd, out in 8th place for Venezuela. That's how much it changes around in the pit stops. And Alfie Toledano Jr. still going in the Team Mexico entry, retired in race 1. And there is the Portuguese car fresh out of the pits, being challenged now by Team Germany. This is for 3rd place on the road because Richard Gonda is now back in the race lead after the Portuguese entry pitted late. And that Italian car is in 2nd spot. In the garage, Dennis Lind, Team Venezuela, has retired. Not a great day for Azerti.
All right, I was like this all the way through. I was just, when I turned in, immediately I had the opposite lock all the way through.
There is the Nürburgring castle that gives this region its name. And there is Richard Gonda for Team Slovakia, our race leader. Armando Parent for Team China. Lots of nerves in the pit lane. Jimmy Eriksson for Sweden. 2nd stop then, 2 mandatory pit stops in race 2, 45-minute duration. Rio's going on to Richard Gonda from Slovakia. And away he goes from the Ghinzani pit box. Well, this is where the race could take a second twist. Team France are in from 4th place. And it all depends on what happens to Mirko Bortolotti. Well, there goes the Team France entry. Quick work by Azerti. Bortolotti desperate to try and find a way past. It's getting more nervy by the minute. Well, there is Richard Gonda back out of the pits. Now, what will happen to Mirko Bortolotti? Well, talk about pressure on the team at Ghinzani. They know one of their men is likely to win. There's Jimmy Eriksson. And here, the Ghinzani team are ready for the man who is currently the race leader, Mirko Bortolotti. front, getting back up to speed after that stop. Looks like a good strong finish for them. And this is going to be too hard to call. In comes Bortolotti. He's got to stop on the marks. The ex-FIA Formula 2 champion does a great job. Last year won the McGann Euro Cup, and away he goes. Great job by the team. High fives all round. And Bortolotti out of the pits, just in front of Richard Gonda. Gonda on hot rubber. Now he's got to capitalise. He's got to use those up to temperature rear tyres to get by the Italian, or it's not going to happen. And the battle for third. Balthazar just in front of Sergio Campana, but the Portuguese car squeezes back in front.
It's a pity lose the race because of problems at the pit stop. The race should be decided in the race and not in the pit stop.
So this went perfect.
Yeah, and the guys really did a great job, and I'm very happy. And they will have dinner today.
Mirko Bortolotti, just a few corners from victory here, heading to win number 3 of the season. The checkered flag from Mirko Bortolotti, win number 3 of the season from 6 starts, with Richard Gonda taking second place for Slovakia, another podium finish. And it's a 1-2-3 for Team Ghinzani, Bortolotti, Gonda and Campana sweeping the podium for the Italian squad. Action and excitement all the way at the Nürburgring. Next time out we're in Monza in Italy. We'll see you there.